Hi everyone, welcome to Immigration Talk Show. I'm your host Sam and my co-host Napasa Pradhan. And you're watching Daily Immigration Dose at 4 p.m. EDT. So welcome everybody, and I hope you'll enjoy today's discussion as well. How are you, Napasa? I hope you're doing good.
Yes, absolutely great. And I'm having a wonderful Monday. I hope that all you folks out there are having a good start to your week as well. And I'm sure it's going to be a good session. So stay with us. And today it's going to be a very, very interesting discussion as well. But before that, we have a disclaimer. And
That's right.
yes, friends. So by watching our videos, you understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not professional advice. Use at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. So join us and feel free to comment whatever you think about today's discussion. And if you have anything to even add to, why not call us on this number where you can call in live right now. And the number is 425 436 6335 and the access code is 988 888.
And friends, make sure that we are live on YouTube and also on Twitter as well, known as X. And you can also follow us on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and also on uh, Twitter as well. So please go ahead and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show. Our handle is at Immigration Talk and participate in this webinar as this is really going to be very informative and very interesting too because today our topic is what are the visa options for athletes and artists to work in the US. So I think Napasa, till now we have been talking a lot about different H1B categories, also employment-based categories, and also so many things about visa things. But today we are specially going to target athletes and artists, and we are going to talk about them. So it's really going to be very interesting. And friends, if anyone you know who is athlete or any artist or anyone from creative field, then please let us know your status and we are going to let you know what are your visa options and how you can get a chance to go and work in the US. So stay tuned and keep watching Immigration Talk Show. Before that, Nipasa, please go ahead and let us know about the news update.
Sure, Sam. And the news update I have is that British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has announced a major crackdown on immigration, promising to reduce the number of people coming to the UK. And speaking from Street on Monday, Starmer said the country's experiment in open borders had failed and vowed to tighten rules across all categories: work, family, and study. And the move comes just 2 weeks after the anti-immigration party Reform UK made major gains in local elections. So yes, a detailed white paper outlining the changes is expected to follow soon. And Starmer says the goal is to build a system that is controlled, selective, and fair. So that is the news update I have for you folks out there. And over to you, Sam, for your news update.
Thank you so much, Napasa, for the news. And friends, I do have another very important news update, and let's see what it is. So, US President Donald Trump called for 20,000 new officers to aid deportations. Now, President Donald Trump has directed the US Department of Homeland Security to hire 20,000 new officers to help enforce deportation policies. So, with this, we can understand that how strictly and how seriously this administration is looking for deportation policies, as this move is part of the administration's plan to encourage undocumented immigrants to leave the US voluntarily. So this time it's not only about they're going to find out the undocumented immigrants from the corner of the streets and go with the process. They also want to encourage the self deportation thing as well. Trump's plan includes funding flights for immigrants who also choose to leave and offering them an exit bonus. That's right, and the government will also work with state and local law enforcement to assist with enforcement. ICE, which already has over 21,000 employees, will be boosted by this new initiative. And Trump also introduced a new program called Project Homecoming and offering $1,000 bonuses and paid travel for those who voluntarily depart. As this is part of the administration's ongoing push to reduce the number of undocumented individuals in the US. So this is the latest update from my end. And friends, let us know what do you think about this new idea or this new policy. If you are in the favor, then please go ahead, type yes in the comment. And if not, then go ahead and you can also type the reason why you're not. So with that, I think Napasa, let's go ahead with our very first update about today's topic. And that is, what are the visa options for athletes and artists to work in the US? Before that, Nipasa, anything that you want, to like to talk about the topic, then please go ahead.
Well, what do I say? Whether you're a professional, a dancer, I mean, professional dancer, or musician, or an actor, the elite athletes out there. The US has really several visa options for you folks as well to allow you to perform here, to compete, or even build a long-term career here. So I think yes, it's going to be a good session today as well, because there are many folks out there who do a lot of things apart from academia. Maybe an engineer is also a guitarist, and so on and so forth. And you never know. Sometimes they go for what their calling is. So you hear many I mean, people who also were engineers, they have left their jobs and they are continuing to do many things, gigs in so many places.
That's right.
So it's very nice to see how the world is, and the culture, the music, and of course, not just music, but all sorts of artists out there, performing artists, and athletes also who are doing so great. And we have so many who make our nations proud, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's really, really very nice when you look at that, and they have a sort of a different career or a special kind of visa where it's going to be a good gate for them here in the US. So I think yes, today's discussion is going to be a good one, and we should start off with the O1 visa.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's right. And here's my very first visa, friends. And O1 visa, of course, we all have heard about O1 visa and quite familiar also what it is. So let me give a brief about it that O1 visa is basically like a golden ticket for all the creative people, for rock stars, Olympic champions, and world famous artists. It's like, I'm kind of a big deal visa because to get it, you really have to be exceptionally great, exceptionally talented in your own field. Now, when I'm talking about, exceptionally talented in your own field, doesn't mean in your department, in your office, or in your state, or in your city, all over the world. Now, this is a very big challenge. And of course, for that, there's nothing other thing that you can put up an excuse, but you have to be exceptionally best what you do. So it is for those people who are best at what they do, as I have said just now, and like not just good, but really next level. For example, you have to be famous artists, athletes, musicians, or performers. And if you are known nationally or even worldwide, then this might be for you. So it's not just about you are just good at what you do, or you have so many certificates but or appraisals, but you should also be a known face to the world. Like you have to look for your public appearance as well. And who can apply for it? Let me go through that as well. A singer who won a Grammy or performed on international stages, so you can go and look for it. An athlete who played in the Olympics, a film director with awards or major projects, also a dancer who's been featured in global shows. So whatsoever your field is, if you're an athlete or if you're an artist, you have to make sure that you have some of your recognition throughout in the world. Like people should know you and people should recognize you, maybe by just looking at your name or looking at your face. So you should have that much importance in the world, and then only you'll be able to look for the O1 visa. And if people know your name in your field, then that's a great sign. So what you have to do right now, you have to prove that you are amazing, you are outstanding. What you have to look for, you have to look for your awards, your certificates, your news articles, or if you are famous, then that's like best. So you have to show what you have done, maybe your press conference, maybe your any interviews, or maybe your social media appearance. Okay, that will add on to your profile. And if you have to look for O1 visa, then you have to make sure it's not something you are going to apply for. Someone here in the US needs to invite you, like an employer or someone who is going to sponsor you. Basically, someone who should say that, yes, we need this star from this country. So you have to be exceptionally good. You have to be like a shining star in your own country, and then only you'll get to have the O1 visa. Talking about duration, also, you can stay up to 3 years, and if your work continues, you can extend it 1 year at a time. And can your family come? Of course, yes, it is a great thing that your family can also come. Your spouse and kids under 21-year-old can come with you on O3 visa. And they can't work, but they can go to school and they can live their happy life over there. So if the O1 visa is like, VIP pass for top talent, and if you have made a name for yourself, then this could be your ticket to working in the US. So yeah, I think that's all. Nepasa O1 visa is really going to be very important and quite challenging as well. So why don't you go ahead and let us know other visa categories as well for athletes and artists?
Sure, Sam, will be my pleasure. And the next one is the P1 visa, which is which is internationally recognized athletes and entertainment groups. So yes, this one is specially also for athletes and entertainment groups that are internationally recognized. So if you're a tennis player, say for example, and you rank in the top 100, or a dance troupe for that matter, that's performed on global stages. So this might be the right visa for you. So P1 visa is what it is called. And the cool thing is that this visa is not just for solo acts. It also works very well for groups as well.
Mhm.
So yes, your support team and family can come along too. And I think it's a good one. I think B1 is something that you should all check out for. And especially if you're in different groups, I'm talking to all athletes and performing artists out there. And yeah, I think family members would also apply under the P4 visa for this. And the visa is, tied to a specific event. Say, for
Mhm.
example, a tour, a season, maybe if you're a footballer, you're going out for a season and you will need the visa for this amount of time, for a few months or the year, something like that. And it is meant for professionals who are actively working. So if you're a part of a global tour or a sports league, then definitely worth looking into, I think I would say.
That's right. And it's it's really good to see right now, Nipasa, because few years back, I mean, I won't say few years back, but earlier times, people were so much focused on their academics. I mean, they were like running on to get the good number. If they are scoring 90%, if they're scoring 80%, then that's only good. But the best thing is that people are now more motivated in the creative field. I mean, it's not only about getting numbers, it's not only about getting awards in terms of numbers, but it's also about how much you are making this world a beautiful one. And I think athletes and artists, this is something a very underrated term, because people are not looking these two terms as a career opportunities, but they're just looking as a more you know like they are passionate about it. They're not looking it for a career option. But let me tell you, friends, like these two fields are really good for your career, for your everything. There are so many people who are earning really good. And the best part is, if you really want to work in the US, it's not only that you have to work in a corporate sector or any tech field or any healthcare system. If you are an athlete, if you're an artist, go ahead, look for the US work visa, and here are the options. And attend our webinars, because we are here, sharing these very important information, and that's really going to be helpful for you. So make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show, because we come up with these very important topics that are very necessary for our audience. What do you say, Napasa?
Absolutely, Sam, and don't forget to hit that bell icon as well, so that you're notified whenever we have these discussions. So, thank you already. I know you can show your love by just subscribing to us. Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, and with that, let me move ahead with my next visa option. And this is again a very interesting visa, and I'm sure most of our viewers have not heard about P2 visa. But it's like, imagine there are two countries, and both the countries are saying that, hey, let's swap talent for a while. Now, it's sounding a little confusing, but let me make it clear. It's like a swap. You get to perform in the US, and the US performers can go to other country too. So let me go with the example. For example, let's say an American dance group is there, and that particular group goes to Japan to perform some traditional American dance. And at the same time, the Japanese dance group also comes to the US to perform their traditional Japanese dances. Now it's like they are exchanging their culture, because both the groups are sharing their unique cultures through performances and also learning from each other. So this is showing that American people are learning more about Japanese culture, and Japanese people are learning more about American culture. So it's a very good deed. It's more about like globalization. People are getting to know about different culture, and this is what the main goal of this visa is. The P2 visa is for those people, not those people, those groups, or those people who want to swap their culture, and they have to be a part of cultural exchange group. Now, let me make it again very clear. P2 visa is a type of visa, US visa for artists and entertainers who are coming to the US to participate in cultural exchange program. A cultural exchange program means sharing and learning about each other's culture, traditions, and customs. And it's when people from different countries or regions, come together to showcase their talent, experience, and each other's art, music, food, or ways of how they live, anything. So that's how P2 visa is all about. Now, the main question is, how do you get it? Let me deep dive into it. To get this visa, you need to be sponsored by a US organization that is the part of cultural exchange program. Now, this could be anything, maybe a school, a theater, or any group that arranges these performances. They will be the ones to apply for you for this visa on your behalf. And how long is it? The P2 visa is usually a temporary stay. It's not something like these many months or these many days. It completely depends upon the purpose of your visit. For example, if your performance is maybe continuously for 10 days, then for that 10 days you have to be there. Or maybe your performance is for 1 day, 2 day, then accordingly you have to stay at that time. And once that's over, you have to get back to your home. Also, the great thing is that, can your family also join us? The answer is yes. Your spouse and kids under 21-year-old can come with you on a P4 visa, and they can live in the US and go to school also, but they can't work. And how long does it take to get a P2 visa? It take around few months, so you'll want to start early. And your sponsor organizations like your school or any event group will help you with the paperwork and guide you through the process. So be sure that everything is not in order, and once it's approved, good to go. So I think, yeah, P2 visa is again a very good thing and a very interesting visa as well. So Napasa, yeah, please go ahead and let us know another visa category as well. I think the P3 one, right?
Yes, Sam, my next visa was a P3 visa, which is, culturally unique performers, which is almost similar to your P2 visa, we spoke about just now. And if you talk about the P3 visa, it's yet another great option, but this one really focuses on performers or groups who, represent a culturally unique art form. So, yes, if you are also like a part of a traditional folk music band, a classical dance group, or you're promoting any cultural heritage, the visa allows you to share that with a US audience. So the idea here is really to preserve or introduce cultural diversity, and it is not about pop stars or sports icons, but it's more about sharing your traditions through the events, through performances and educational groups also, poetry, for example, poetry groups. And yeah, like the P2, this visa is also very much based and typically temporary, but it's a fantastic tool, for cultural ambassadors and traditional artists who really love their form of art, and they want to reach out to more audience, or different audience rather, because this visa is such, you get to perform to a lot of people, I think. So this is a good one.
It does, of course. And I think nothing can be best than this, when both the countries are getting together, sharing their cultures together. and really happily willing to swap each other's culture, tradition, and asking for more talented people. So friends, I would say if you're a bathroom singer or just a normal dancer, don't try to, I mean, cover that talent, because talent needs to show up. Talent need to bring in front of people. And right now you have Instagram, you have so many social media. I mean, just go ahead, put some 15 to 20 seconds reel and put up on the social media. I'm sure if you're talented enough, you'll get a lot of views, and soon maybe you'll get the O1 visa. So I think that's all we can say right now. And anything else, Nipasa, that you want to say to our viewers, or wish them luck, or want to motivate them, then please
Well,
go
for
ahead.
sure, for sure. But before that, I think I'll just say hi to Yuri and also just read the comment. Hi,
Sure.
Yuri, here on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us, and it's good to have you. I wish you could also join us on call. And well, he's saying he or she, sorry, Secretary of Homeland Security Christy Noem today announced the termination of temporary protected status for Afghanistan, and the TPS designation for the country expires on May 20th, 2025. So that's very, very near. And thank you so much, Yuri, for that news update. And it's crazy. I mean, just about a week left. A week and a half day. It's
Mhm.
crazy, but thank you so much, Yuri, for this information. I think, yeah.
That's right. And Yuri, please let us know what talent you have or anything that you want us to know about your hidden talent. Then that will be great. Okay, and yeah, I think that's all. And we have got another comment. Okay, let me take it as well. Hi, Nayan. Thank you so much for your comment. A major scuffle broke out between House Democrats and ICE agents at a New Jersey detention center. Democrat lawmaker La Monica McLever, Bonnie Watson Coleman, and Rob Menendez allegedly clashed with ICE agents during a tense confrontation that turned physical. Okay. The Department of Homeland Security is actively investigating Democratic lawmakers involved in the confrontation. All right. Thank you so much, Nayan, for this very important, and I'm sure it's the very latest one because till now we haven't covered this. But please keep on updating us. I think that's really good. And if you guys are aware about these latest updates, then I think that's really good. Just make sure that you are keeping yourself safe, and any news regarding these are quite heartbreaking because breaking because I mean, of course, nobody likes to be violent. That's how it is happening, and soon we will be feeling little happy about everything will settle down. So just keep waiting, have patience, and be hopeful. Everything will be okay soon.
Absolutely. I think that is the right way. And positivity, takes you a long way. So you should always start your day with that and also end with that, friends. And yes, I think it's always good to stay optimistic, be positive, and also be prepared for the worst. So not to dishearten you, but just, pull up your socks and be ready for anything.
Yeah.
I think that's what I can say. And yes, whether I think you're a rising athlete, an accomplished performer, or a part of this any cultural group, there is real structured ways to go to come here, rather to the US legally. So the key is to understand which visa fits you, your goals, your qualifications, and you know um, I think that's that. And rules change, so it's very important to see that you make sure you've done everything right, and the right forms, the right fees, especially. So all of that is there, and I think that's it. Thanks for joining us today. It was lovely having you all, folks, here on Immigration Talk Show on Daily Immigration Dose with me and Sam. And you can always reach out to us. Our email addresses are sam@staffingly.com, and mine is nipa@staffingly.com. So please feel free. You can also contact me on my number. This is also my WhatsApp number, and the number is 408-335-6444. So thank you once again, everyone, for joining, and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you, everyone, for joining.